Here are the top 3 mistakes that you may be making on an animal-based diet. You definitely want to avoid these things if you want to thrive eating this way. An animal-based diet is what I believe is a very evolutionarily consistent diet for humans. I believe this way of eating really mimics the way that humans have been eating for hundreds of thousands of years as hunter-gatherers. There are lots of ways for you to eat healthy, but this is the blueprint that has worked best for me, and I think it's a great starting point for people if they're doing an elimination diet, and if you have autoimmune issues, or if you just want to feel better. You can always add more things to this diet, but I think that these foods are the most nutrient-rich foods with the least amount of plant toxins. I'm going to do a more detailed video about an animal-based diet, the ultimate guide. I'll link to it in the show notes of this episode. But what is an animal-based diet? It is organs. I got some raw liver here. I got some grass-fed meat. It is fruit. It is honey. This is glyphosate-free honey. And it is raw dairy. I've got some raw milk and some raw cheese there. So what are the 3 mistakes that I think a lot of you guys might be making? Mistake number 1, not getting enough glycine, not getting enough hydroxyproline, not getting enough proline. This is not getting enough collagen. So this is bone broth that I made myself. Collagen in bone broth is made up of predominantly 3 amino acids: glycine, proline, hydroxyproline. There's a few others, but these amino acids in collagen and bone broth balance the amino acids in steak. When I see people doing an animal-based diet, a lot of people will just eat muscle meat and they won't do the collagen. They won't do bone broth. So the amino acids in here, especially glycine and hydroxyproline, are critical to balance the amino acids in here, especially the branched chain amino acids in meat: leucine, isoleucine, and valine. So do not make this mistake. Make your own bone broth. It's easy. You get bones, knuckle bones. I put them in a pressure cooker with water. I set it to pressure cook, and I'm done. You can add salt if you want. It's just bone broth made from bones, knuckle bones, with a reverse osmosis water. That's it. All the good amino acids there balance what's in this steak. So that's mistake number 1. Don't miss out on that. And as a caveat, I'll tell you guys, a lot of the collagen powders on the market are garbage. They're made from hoof and hide cartilage or collagen, and they're mostly sourced from South America, Chile and Argentina. And a lot of the stuff, if you look at the analyses of these hydrolyzed collagen powders, they're pretty high in heavy metals. So I'm not a fan of those. That's why I make my own bone broth. So know the sourcing of your collagen. Just make your own bone broth. That's the easiest way. Listen, I'm going to make you a deal. If you guys hit that subscribe button right now, if you find this content valuable, I will commit to continue making amazing content. It helps me make this content, and I will make it more valuable for you. That's the deal. So do me a favor right now. Hit that subscribe button. Let's keep going. Mistake number 2, not getting enough carbohydrates. I know a lot of you guys on an animal-based diet may have done a carnivore diet in the past. That's how I came to eating this way. Look, for a year and a half, all I ate was meat and organs and salt. And then I added carbohydrates to my diet, and I felt so much better. My muscle cramps got better, my sleep got better, my testosterone improved, my heart palpitations improved. I strongly believe there is no solid evidence in the medical literature that carbohydrates are bad for you. And in fact, there's a lot of good evidence that eating carbohydrates, I think from fruit and honey, these are the easiest sources to digest, and these will improve testosterone, recovery metrics, after exercise, libido, all these things. If you're fearful of fructose, I've done other videos that I'll link to in the description about why fructose is not bad for you. The studies on fructose are using isolated fructose, or they're using mice and rat studies, and we know that mice and rats don't have the same physiology, biochemistry around fructose that humans do. So if you really look at the literature of humans eating fruit or honey, it's entirely positive. Fruit improves glucose tolerance. Fruit improves insulin sensitivity in a mixed meal. Orange juice can do that. Orange juice can also improve endothelial function. Do not fear fruit. I'll say it again. Do not fear fruit. Do not fear honey. This is a raw honey. It's a glyphosate-free honey. This is not going to cause diabetes. Fructose will not give you fatty liver disease. There's no evidence for that, guys, when it is in the form of fruit and honey. So do not fear these things. Get enough carbohydrates in your animal-based diet and you will feel better. Your libido, that's your sex drive, will be better. Your muscle recovery will be better. Your sleep will be better. Your muscles will feel more full. You'll have more strength and you'll recover better from exercise. How much do I think you should get? At a baseline, I think you should get at least 150 grams of carbohydrates a day. On top of that, depending on how much activity you're doing. But generally, people feel better with a little bit more than that. I'm eating probably close to 300 grams of carbohydrates a day personally, but then again, I'm spending a few hours in the ocean surfing every morning, getting on the skate ramp, doing a little bit of lifting. So I'm an active human. I have carbohydrates at a high end, but I don't fear fruit and I don't fear honey. How do I get those carbohydrates? I have a lot of raw milk with honey. I have fruit juice. And that's how I get 300 grams of carbohydrates a day, also from coconuts, this kind of stuff. So that is 2. Make sure you're getting enough carbohydrates on your animal-based diet. If you go to my website, paulsaladino, md.co, that's .co. There's a free animal-based calculator there that'll help get a sense of your macros based on your weight and your activity level. Number 3, the third common mistake on an animal-based diet is you're all just eating steak and you're not eating organs. This is a big problem. Just like collagen balances the amino acids in meat, organs balance the micronutrients in the meat. If you look at meat, muscle meat, it's a good source of things like vitamin B12, vitamin B6, iron. And then you look at organs like liver. I've got some raw liver here. It's a great source of minerals and nutrients that balance these out. Liver has folate, not a lot of folate in meat. Liver has riboflavin, not a lot of riboflavin in meat. In fact, it's really hard to get your RDA for riboflavin, an essential nutrient for proper methylation, without eating organs like liver and heart. Liver also is a good source of choline, biotin, and copper to balance the zinc that you find in the meat. There's not a lot of copper in meat, and you don't want to get copper deficient. You don't want to get zinc over copper. So organs, liver, I do raw liver. I do about a half an ounce to an ounce of raw liver per day, and I do some heart every day. A lot of you guys might not want to do fresh organs, or it's hard to get. I'll put a plug in here for Heart and Soil Supplements. I built this company, guys. I strongly believe in them. It's grass-fed, grass-finished, regeneratively raised organs in capsules, always in glass because plastic is bullshit. You can find that at heartandsoil.co. I think fresh organs are best. Get your liver this way, but if you won't do that, this is going to change your life. All right, getting organs in your diet is the key thing. That's number 3. That's it, guys. Those are the 3 biggest mistakes on animal-based diet. I hope that helps.